And these Latinos, they love making babies too. Just know that. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country.
The f***ing illegals, they get whatever they want.
There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
You see, I put my MAGA jacket to trigger Hillary Clinton.
She is some sick bastard, that Hillary Clinton, huh? What a sick son of a bitch.
She is the Antichrist. We need to slaughter this other people.
All right. Heck yeah. It's a cool black guy with a thing on his head. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome.
I love you, Donald. God bless America. And God bless the United States of America. Now go do it! USA! 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 USA!
What the hell is wrong with these people?
Donald Trump's unhinged rally at Madison Square Garden is backfiring big time, and it may be the thing that ends his presidential hopes. And it's all because of racist comedian Tony Hinchcliffe, who opened for Donald Trump's hate rally with a series of offensive jokes against the black and Latino communities. Tony Hinchcliffe, aka Kill Tony, is the type of guy who makes you feel the need to double check your drink at the bar without him even saying a word. He's a guy with the history of making racist jokes on stage, like in 2018 against comedian Pang Dang.
Give it up for the one and only Tony Hinchcliffe.
How about one more time for the filthy little that was just up here? Well, all you race traders are whooping and hollering. Oh, we making a gunpowder. Oh, you want extra soy sauce. Oh, you borrow money from us. And you guys just eating it up, you fucking pussy.
As a comedian, your goal is to punch up, not punch down, especially when it comes to communities that already face verbal and physical violence.
And all these comics now, it's like almost the point is to get in trouble. It's like, why are you giving me shit? I'm a comic, I'm allowed to say whatever I want. That's wrong, as far as I'm concerned. Art.
Oh, wait, say it again so I don't miss it.
People think like, oh, as a comic, your job is to get in trouble. And so, but they don't want to get yelled at. It's like, it's okay to make people mad, but they don't want any pushback. And I think that's wrong. As a comedian, you want to make people laugh. This is a quote attributed to Andy Warhol that I love. It's just, art is getting away with it. You know, if you put out a special and everyone's pissed, like, you didn't get away with it. You know, you need to make everyone laugh that they're like, yeah, he talked about some fucked up stuff, but we're all happy. That's art. Otherwise, you're just a troll.
With MAGA, cruelty is the point. That's why Donald Trump knew what he was doing when he booked Hinchcliffe. He welcomed him with open arms. The more racist and extreme, the better.
All right. Heck yeah. It's a cool black guy with a thing on his head. What the hell is that? A lampshade? Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm just kidding. That's one of my buddies. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome.
Wow, really top tier comedy here, folks, but don't worry. Hinchcliffe has some jokes for me and my fellow Latinos.
I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies too. Just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country.
This type of racist rhetoric feeds into the dangerous and disgusting notion that Latinos are hypersexualized and are rapists. Thanks, Trump.
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
But if we are really going to go after immigrants having children, maybe the first person MAGA should confront is the illegal immigrant who has 12 children with 3 different women, Elon Musk.
I'm not just MAGA. I'm dark, gothic MAGA.
And the award for cringiest thing that someone has ever said goes to Elon Musk.
Republicans are the party with a good sense of humor.
Based on the GOP's style of racist jokes and how triggered Trump and MAGA get over being called weird, I'd say they do not have a good sense of humor. Remember, Trump is the guy who got so triggered by Chrissy Teigen's tweet calling him a pussy-ass bitch that he tried to weaponize the government to pressure Twitter into taking it down. He's also the guy who in 2017 threw paper towel rolls into a crowd of hurricane victims in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria hit. And then in 2021, it was confirmed that Trump officials blocked Puerto Rico from receiving hurricane aid. In addition, the Trump administration also obstructed an investigation looking into why it was depriving the US territory of congressionally approved funds. Again, Trump did not speak out against Hinchcliffe because he's a racist who likes this type of harmful and divisive rhetoric, especially against Puerto Ricans. But the racist joke that might be the knife in Trump's campaign was when Hinchcliffe called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage.
It is absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, you know, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there.
You know what isn't a smart move? Making racist jokes about the Black and Latino communities before an election, especially when their combined population in the US is over 100 million strong. Within moments of that clip going viral, it received blowback and had Puerto Rican superstars responding. Like Ricky Martin, who said in Spanish to his 18 million Instagram followers, "This is what they think about us. Vote for Kamala Harris." Then, Luis Fonsi wrote to his 16 million Instagram followers, "I understand comedy. I'm a big fan of it. I love roast. Trust me, I get it. But this is far from comedy. Not now, not against my island, my people, hell no." He continued, "It's okay to have different views and I respect those who think different than me, but going down this racist path ain't it. I'm so proud to be Puerto Riqueño, to be Latino. We are not okay with this constant hate. It's abundantly clear that these people have no respect for us and yet they want our vote." He concluded, "Oh yeah, and I purposely wrote that in English because yes, we're American too." And when I tell you that you could not write this if you tried, I mean it. At the very moment that Hinchcliffe was making his racist attacks against Puerto Ricans, Kamala Harris was announcing her detailed and thoughtful plan for Puerto Rico.
There's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico is home to some of the most talented, innovative, and ambitious people in our nation. And Puerto Ricans deserve a president who sees and invests in that strength. I will never forget what Donald Trump did and what he did not do when Puerto Rico needed a caring and a competent leader. He abandoned the island, tried to block aid after back-to-back devastating hurricanes, and offered nothing more than paper towels and insults. And now Donald Trump promises to be even more extreme, talking about using the military against his political enemies and being a dictator on day one. Puerto Ricans deserve better. As president, I will always fight for you and your families, and together we can turn the page and chart a new and a joyful way forward.
You also had Puerto Rican stars like J-Lo and Bad Bunny endorsing Kamala Harris to their collective 300 million followers on Instagram as they help promote her plan. And insane Magaville resident Laura Loomer is trying to push a conspiracy that Hinchcliffe's managers leaked his speech because he and Bad Bunny are both repped by UTA. If MAGA honestly thinks that Hinchcliffe's managers even saw his speech, then they clearly haven't seen his weekly Kill Tony show on YouTube at Joe Rogan's Theater. 2 hours of himself and others talking about conspiracy theorists or ableist, sexist, and racist jokes with no constraints. Before we get into more of this story, I want to quickly thank today's sponsor, Smalls. Cat food has been the same forever. It's time for cat food to move into the 21st century. That's why you've got to try Smalls. It's time to make kibble a thing of the past. Smalls cat food is protein-packed recipes made with preservative-free ingredients you'd find in your fridge, and it's delivered right to your door. That's why veterinarians.org rates Smalls 10 out of 10 for ingredient quality. I recently ordered Smalls as a gift for my friend's cats, and they can't get enough of the stuff. We actually did a taste test and put 2 bowls side by side, Smalls and their kibble, and they immediately went to Smalls. Smalls was started back in 2017 by a couple of guys home cooking cat food in small batches for their friends. And a few short years later, they've served millions of meals to cats across the US. I feel better knowing that my friend is feeding his cats real food and not burned kibble. And now when I cat sit, I can finally open up a packet of cat food and not get nauseous. I actually recognize the ingredients in a packet of Smalls food. After making the switch to Smalls, 88% of cat owners reported overall health improvements. That's a big deal. The team at Smalls is so confident that your cat will love their product, you can try it risk-free. That means they'll refund you if your cat won't eat their food. Now is the time to switch to Smalls. Head to smalls.com/Gabe and use promo code Gabe at checkout for 50% off your first order, plus free shipping. That's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use my code Gabe for 50% off your first order. One last time, that's promo code Gabe for 50% off your first order, plus free shipping. And during a Twitch stream between AOC and Tim Walz, this is how they responded.
I saw it. This was when he went down after Helene, the horrific hurricane, people there, everybody coming together. We sent helicopters down from Minnesota and personnel. You know, this is how you do this during this. And in the first hours, Trump complaining about the response. Does anybody remember how he responded to Maria in Puerto Rico? It was absolutely horrific. Down there insulting people, throwing it. Look, I know that the folks who are on here today understand this. People in Puerto Rico are citizens. They pay taxes and they serve in the military at almost a higher rate than anybody else.
Yeah. I mean, it's like super upsetting. Obviously, it's super upsetting to me. My family is from Puerto Rico. I'm Puerto Rican. And like the thing that is so messed up that I wish more people understood is that the things that they do in Puerto Rico are a testing ground for the policies and the horrors that they wish to and that they do unveil in working class communities across the United States. And I need people to understand that when you have some a-hole calling Puerto Rico floating garbage, know that that's what they think about you. That is exactly that's just what they think about you. It's what they think about anyone who makes less money than them. It's what they think about the people who serve them food in a restaurant. It's what they think about the people who fold their clothes in a store. Like,
you're
dude,
right.
Are you serious? Like, are you serious?
Yeah, the privilege of being on this campaign is traveling across the entire country. There are hundreds of thousands of Puerto Ricans in battleground states that need to send them a message on this.
I want them to like
gotta vote.
Roll that. I want everyone in Philadelphia to see that.
But as Tony Hinchcliffe said earlier, Republicans have a great sense of humor, which would explain why he got so triggered that he had to defend his joke to what AOC and Tim Walz said. These people have no sense of humor. Wild that a vice presidential candidate would take time out of his busy schedule to analyze a joke taken out of context to make it seem racist. Oh, our bad. We took his racism out of context. But that's the MAGA way. Inflict as much pain onto anyone who's different. And if you so happen to be a member of these communities and support Trump, don't worry, they'll pat you on the head and say, you're one of the good ones. And then they'll toss you out when they're done using you. And as a Latino, Tony Hinchcliffe and Donald Trump can go f themselves, along with his racist MAGA Gestapo police, which is not to be confused with Marjorie Taylor Greene's Gazpacho police.
Not only do we have the DC jail, which is the DC gulag, but now we have Nancy Pelosi's Gazpacho police.
The fact that idiots like Marjorie Taylor Greene work in government and make our laws is astounding and more of an incentive to vote these fucking fascists out of office. Now, there were some Republicans who immediately shared their dismay at the fact that Trump included Hinchcliffe in his rally lineup. But they enabled Trump and his racist rhetoric and behavior, so what did they think would happen? This just in, a man who joined the Leopards Eating Faces party is shocked to find out a leopard would eat his face. More on this at 11. In a statement posted to Twitter, the chairman of the Republican Party of Puerto Rico, Ángel Cintrón, called the comments unfortunate, ignorant, and entirely reprehensible. Feel free to condemn Trump's racist rhetoric too while you're at it. Another tweet read, "This is not a joke. It's completely classless and in poor taste. Puerto Rico is the crown jewel of the Caribbean and home of many of the most patriotic Americans I know. Tony Hinchcliffe clearly isn't funny and definitely doesn't reflect my values or those of the Republican Party." Actually, this rhetoric perfectly reflects the GOP's values. Donald Trump infected their party like a parasite and they did nothing to stop it, even after January 6th. Disgusted by Tony Hinchcliffe's racist comment calling Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. This rhetoric does not reflect GOP's values. Another delusional Republican only condemning Hinchcliffe when they should be condemning Donald Trump and those who support him. Anyway, whether you're Latino or just someone who is fed up with Trump and his racist cult, feel free to join me in saying, but also, most importantly, please remember to go vote whether before or on November 5th. Well, that's a wrap for today. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to follow me at I Am Gabe Sanchez. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe to the audio version of What Was That, perfect for when you're on the go or just relaxing. Catch every episode wherever you listen to podcasts. So until next episode, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been What Was That?